This is the Taurus model GX4 chambered in 9mm. We're going to go over some specs and my thoughts on this particular gun. I think this is one of the better guns for budget price concealed carry out on the market at the moment. The MSRP for this gun is $410.99, but you're never going to find it for that much. Typically in my area, I'm seeing it for around $300 to $320, and you can routinely see it for less than $300, especially online. This is a micro compact 9mm. It has 11 to 13 round standard capacity. 11 round magazines are going to be a flush fit, so you get a 2-finger hold. These are the standard 13 round mags, and this does give you a 3-finger hold with these magazines. And they do come from the factory. They are the Metgar magazines, so good quality. Metgar has always made really good magazines in my opinion. It's a single action only striker fired gun. Barrel length is 3.06 inches. The overall length of the entire gun is 6.05 inches. The overall height is 4.4 inches, and the overall width is 1.08 inches. The weight unloaded is 18.5 ounces, and it does have a standard twist rate being 9mm of 1 in 10 right hand twist, and it does have 6 grooves in the barrel. It does have a couple of safeties. It has the trigger safety right here. It has a striker block, and there is a chamber loaded indicator on the top there. It's just a peep to look through, so that way you can visually double check if the gun is chambered without having to work the action. The frame material nested inside of this polymer housing right here, it's stainless steel. The slide material is an alloy steel. The Cerakote is, that's what the slide's finished, and they're calling it Troy Coyote Brown. So I just call it FDE. But it's a very good finish, and I'll talk about that here a little bit later. The barrel material is stainless steel with a satin black DLC coating. And overall, this gun feels great in hand, especially with the 13-round magazine. This gives me 14 rounds total on deck for any of my self-defense needs. It does have a couple different backstrap choices, so you can go with a large one if you have really big hands and you want to have a nice big hump on the back. I did that for a while, but I opted to go back to a smaller one just for a little bit easier concealment, and it does seem to still fit good even with my larger size hands. The 13 round magazine I really do like because I can get that 3rd finger on there, that full handhold. That means a lot when it comes to recoil control and fast follow-up shots. The stippling is done extremely well. The magazine release, no issues with me accidentally engaging it, although I have read reports from some people that it has happened. I haven't experienced it, but then again, everybody's built a little bit different, so there has been some people out there that have said that they've disengaged the magazine unintentionally during firing, so that's something to look out for. Slide lock, slide release, it's really well done. I haven't had any issues with it accidentally pushing on it and locking the slide open during firing or anything like that. The takedown, right here you can use a rim case of a cartridge to turn it. I do like this design because there's no levers. It keeps a nice thin profile on the gun, but it's not your typical Glock style that you see on a lot of guns. Double slide serrations, they work really good. They're not super deep, but they do the job. Oversized extractor, external extractor. The sights that come from the factory are standard. They're metal sights, blacked out in the rear, and a white post on the front, but I did opt to throw some true glow sights on there, and that's because I like night sights, and it's a little bit more of a better profile than the factory sights, so that's what I did. They're Glock sights. This is Glock compatible as far as sights are concerned, so I really dig that. Overall feel of the gun is good to go, low recoiling for its size, and it just feels really good in hand. I really like that the fact that this is a micro compact, but it feels really good. The trigger, it's not the best trigger pull in the world, but it's perfectly suitable for self-defense uses. It finishes flat on the trigger pull, which I think is important. And you know, the takedown, maintenance of everything inside is extremely easy to do. Now, one thing about this, the Cerakote, that I wanted to get back to. If you're going to buy one of these models, I do suggest you buy one of the Cerakote models, because the regular Taurus finish likes to wear really easy. The Cerakote will last a lot longer, so that way you just kind of have a good looking gun for a longer period of time. And I believe they have this color right here, this Troy Coyote Brown, and then I think they have like a graphene type color as well for the GX4. And then for the G3 series, I believe they also have some Cerakotes. But you'll just go ahead and go to their website and double check that for yourself. So overall, a really good gun. It's accurate. I've been shooting it out to around 60 yards. So the accuracy is insanely good with this. I'm really pleased with it. The reliability is good. Currently what I'm using are the Winchester Ranger Ts, the 147 grain bonded, same load as my duty load. And I do that on purpose. I just want to have the same ammo. And believe it or not, this load works really good out of the short 3-inch barrel. I know what some of you might be thinking, holy crap, 147 grains out of a 3-inch barrel. Well, there are some 147 grainers that actually work really good out of a 3-inch barrel. Not all of them do, but the Winchester Ranger Ts are one load that does work from the experience and the research that I've looked at online. Seems to work really good, and it's really consistent. So if I can, I'll stick to a little bit slower and heavier bullet when it comes to 9mm self-defense. That's just me, but you know what, different strokes for different folks. So overall, this gun is a winner in my opinion. I know Taurus has had that reputation in the past, that whole friends don't let friends buy Taurus, but I think they're doing a really good job of kind of erasing that reputation. The GX4 lineup, the G3 lineup, the G2 lineup are good to go in my opinion. The TX22 has become one of the standards for striker fired semi-automatic 22s. I just really dig everything that they have to offer. I encourage you to check it out. If you haven't messed with Taurus lately, then please feel free to check them out. Go to a gun store, handle them. I think you might be impressed, especially if you're on a tight budget. So with that said, feel free to light up the comment section with your thoughts, whether good or bad on this particular gun, and I look forward to reading them.